So you're familiar with the Ten Commandments? You know the Ten Commandments?
I do.
Can you name the Ten Commandments? Don't worry about it.
Not right now.
Not right now? Okay, you're on the spot, huh? Okay. Well, we're going to start off with the most logical place, the first command, which can be found in the book of Exodus chapter 20. And it's a command I'm sure you probably know. You probably just don't know that you know it. And it starts in verse 2. It says, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt and out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. And that's Exodus 20 verses 2 and 3 there. And that's the first command of the Ten Commandments. So you see right here, you know what this is, right?
It's a remote for a video game.
It's a remote for a video game. It's a remote control for a video game. And it's got different buttons and joysticks and directional pads and all sorts of stuff on it. So what you do is you turn on a video game console, you put a video game in, and it appears on the TV, and you're a character that you are controlling throughout the game. And there are different kinds of controls. This one is to control whatever character that is in that video game. But there's other kinds of controls. There are remote controls for your television, right? There are remote controls for remote control cars. All sorts of controls that we have that we're able to play with in our lives, right? And when I think about these controls, it makes me think about how we try to take control of our lives. Have you ever tried to do something to change? Have you ever tried to do something to get your way? You ever tried to get your way with your parents or with your brothers and sisters or anything like that? Ever? Probably a few times, right? Well, a long time ago, one of the ways that people tried to take control of things is that they would cut down a tree and they would start carving a figure, a character. And it would look a particular way, and what they would do is they would say, this is a god. And they would do it based off of whatever it was that they needed. So if they wanted more rain, they would make a god that would control the rain. Or if they wanted more food, they would make a god that would bring them more food. And just all sorts of different wild ideas that they would have. But they all based those things off of what they wanted. So more or less, the God they created wasn't really a foreign God, wasn't really a different God. What they were really doing, they're actually worshiping themselves. They're trying to control things for themselves. But God tells us not to have any God except for Him and Him alone. So we are supposed to give the control to God and let Him govern our lives and tell us what to do and what it is that He wants us to do with our lives. And we're supposed to be His character in the video game and not act as though God is something that we can control. And that concludes our children's lesson for this morning.